It's a little late, boys, but this is as good as it gets. I have to stay honorable and really stick to my commitment here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull one out of our ass today on a nice little Saturday night. Tomorrow's Easter, today's Saturday, and every day is a learning experience for sure. Now, not every day is gonna feel like a learning experience, but eventually it will all compound into something. What have I learned today, man? Well, relationships are not always what they seem. You know, people can have a vastly different perspective on you than you have on yourself, and that is where learning comes into play and understanding comes into play. That your perspective is not everything, and it can very often be incorrect, or it can be filled with flaws, or it can be filled with misunderstandings. And your ability to overcome these misunderstandings and these flaws and these conflicts is going to be directly related to your ability to, or your desire to improve in this life, and your desire to achieve the goals that you have, assuming that you have certain goals. I have very high aspirations for myself, so every time somebody makes a criticism of myself, I don't just brush it off. I don't just ignore it. I don't just see it as haters gonna hate. That's not how I see it. I say it as this is a human individual with multiple years of life underneath their belt, and they feel a certain way about me. To some degree, if not 10%, 20%, they might have some sort of validity to their statement. Whenever someone criticizes you, you shouldn't just brush it off as if it never happened or if it never existed, because at the end of the day, that person is a sentient being that sees you in a certain light, and you have to really, understand why they feel that way. So what they say might not always be correct, or it may not always be the right thing, but what's important is that you understand why it was said and how you played an impact in making them feel that way. You made them feel that way. What also made them feel that way is their life experience, and the two will combine to create the result that is in front of you. But it is up to us to ultimately be the masters of our domain and figure out how we're affecting our environment and why the people around us see us the way they see us, and try our best to manipulate that into the most positive outcome possible. So it's not just haters gonna hate. You're gonna have to basically understand why these haters be hating. If you can understand that, then enjoy the game. Let them hate. Just because someone's hating doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, but you should always strive to understand why the things around you are happening. You should always strive to understand why the things around you are happening.